You're pregnant and you've read all the pregnancy books and taken all the classes, but there's still a question that keeps you up at night. How will I know when to go to the hospital? What's the sweet spot between getting sent back home because you arrived too early and giving birth in your car? In this video, I will give you a simple trick to know when it's the perfect time to head to the hospital during labor. But first, who am I and why should you listen to me? Hi, I'm Liz, a registered nurse and kinesiologist. On this channel, I talk about all things pregnancy, postpartum, birth, and baby care. My goal is to provide you with as much reliable information as I can to empower you to make your own informed decisions. So hit that subscribe button for more videos and grab my free weekly newsletter where I send you tips and tricks on these topics straight to your inbox. It'll be linked down below. Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only and not a replacement for medical advice. Let's get started. First, let's talk about why rushing to the hospital too early can lead to frustration and fatigue. Laboring in the hospital for 30 hours may leave you feel stressed, which can slow down your labor even further. In addition, the hospital staff may start presenting interventions to speed up your labor, such as Pitocin. In some cases, it may be best to stay at home during early labor where you can rest and relax, and it allows your labor to progress naturally. However, waiting too long to go to the hospital may also create some problems. You might not have time to get an epidural or other pain management that you wanted. The goal is to find that perfect moment to go to the hospital. This means staying home long enough to save your energy and allow early labor to progress, but also leaving enough time to get you settled in and to receive the care that you want. One thing to keep in mind is that every person and every pregnancy is different. There is no set exact time for everybody. And if it is not your first birth, labor can actually progress pretty quickly. A great way to know if you're in active labor and if it's time to go to the hospital is the 5-1-1 rule. This means you go to the hospital when your contractions are 5 minutes apart, lasting for 1 minute each, and it follows this pattern for 1 hour. Let's break that down a little bit. So the first part is that your contractions are 5 minutes apart. That means that you have a contraction, then you have about 5 minutes of rest before the next one starts. The next component is that each contraction lasts about 1 minute. So from the very beginning to the very end, each contraction lasts about 60 seconds. And the third component is that this pattern is followed for at least an hour. This shows that your contractions are getting into a consistent, serious rhythm. Usually contractions in early labor start about 15 to 20 minutes apart and then start getting closer and closer together. But some women completely skip the stage and bounce right into active labor where the contractions are 5 minutes apart. This usually happens if they've given birth before. While the 5-1-1 rule is a fantastic rule to go by to know when you should head to the hospital, sometimes you need to go right away, even if your contractions don't fit that rule. And here are a couple scenarios where you should just head to the hospital. First is if your water breaks. This could be a big gush or a slow leak. If the fluid is anything other than clear, like green or brown, or you've tested positive for group B strep, head to the hospital immediately. Also, when your water has broken, it's easier for the bacteria to get introduced into the uterus, so it's just better to go get checked out. If your baby's movement has decreased, so if you notice a significant decrease in the activity, especially if you're unable to feel 10 movements in a 2-hour period, head to the hospital. If you have bright red bleeding, so when your water breaks, sometimes this mucus plug can come out and it's called a show. So if that's pinkish or brownish, it's normal, but any kind of bright red bleeding is not normal, especially if it's heavier than a menstrual period. It needs to be checked out right away, so head to the hospital. If you have a severe headache, vision changes, or sudden swelling, head to the hospital because this could be a potential serious problem, such as preeclampsia or high blood pressure. If the pain is just too intense to manage at home, if you can't cope with it anymore, you just need some relief, trust your instincts and head to the hospital. You shouldn't be suffering. No matter what, remember to stay calm and listen to your body. If you feel like you need to go in, just go, even if it's to be assessed and to come back. I hope this video was helpful. Give it a thumbs up if it was, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to grab my free newsletter down below. I'll see you in the next one.